Welcome everyone, this is Alex for The Coaster Spot, and today we're at Cedar Point Shores, the water park located on the island, just in the shadows of the Magnum towards the back of the park. This was opened in the 1980s, had a pretty full renovation in the mid-2010s, and was renamed to Cedar Point Shores. You might know it as Soak City, and you might know that the entrance was a little bit different, but we're going to show you everything you can do inside here. First off, they have this wonderful photo op, and we'll go inside. One thing to know is there is early entry for Platinum and I guess resort guests half an hour early. And here is a look at the entire water park. Of course, you can find all that stuff in the app, the Cedar Point app, if you want to. But obviously at a water park, it's a little bit harder to use. But we're gonna do a full loop around the park. So basically we're starting here. We're gonna go all the way around and end up right back here again. Right as you walk in, there's gonna be two family restrooms and an information station on your right, and on the left is gonna be a restroom, not the changing room, that is further into the park. You have refresh stations all around the park, so if you have a season pass bottle plan, you can use that. It is interchangeable between both parks. And you have some funnel cake and ice cream, and then you do have the sandals, souvenir, and sundries, where you're gonna be able to get all of your water park necessities. You have flip-flops, shorts, bathing suits, Cedar Point Shores merchandise, water cases, swim diapers, whatever you need for your water park day, they have it. And then of course it said merchandise as well, and also little bits of snacks and water. So everything you need, they got you covered if you forgot it. Across from the gift shop is going to be your crossover underneath Magnum, and that is where you're going to find the changing rooms and the other side of the water park. We're going to show you that last because we are, as I said, going around the water park clockwise. But first off, you're going to see the Crystal Rock Cafe. It's probably going to be the best place to get food. Really good, really fast service. You have cafeteria service. You can see your options there. We ate there. It was absolutely fantastic. Highly suggest this place. Then across from it is going to be Lemmy's Lagoon and Lakeside Landing, which is going to be the area for the littlest of kids. Lemmy is obviously going to be this dragon here in the middle of this. You got that little sandcastle, some geysers, and this little very shallow splash pad. And then off to the right is going to be about 9 different little pint-sized water slides. You got some straight ones, some curved ones, some in the dark ones, a little bit of everything for the little kids. Next up is going to be Storm Surge. Their family raft ride sits up to 4 people. And let me tell you what, go here first. On our visit, they were only running 2 tubes, and a very small line ended up being over an hour's wait. It looked like it should have been only 20 minutes at most. It was excruciating. If you notice that they're only running a couple of boats and there's any bit of line on those stairs, I highly suggest you skip it. It is a excruciatingly slow wait. But if you do ride it, it is a lot of fun. You go around the turns pretty high up. The water crashes over you as you go around the turns. A lot of fun. Be able to watch everybody else in the tube as you go down and through the turns. Ah! Yeah. Oh, feels like Aquabot. That's pretty good. Head to the right in a moment, but first we're going to head to the left. And here is their water playground. Splash 2.0. Love the seagull at the top there and the giant sand bucket that is just about to tip and unleash many, many gallons of water down. That's my favorite thing about these guys. Lots of interactive elements, a wading pool there with just a few inches of water depth, little slides at the bottom, and some intermediate body slides at the top. Fun for everybody for sure. And pro tip, if it's a busy day and you can't find a seat, check behind things. There's lots of little nooks and crannies in this park where you will possibly be able to find a lounger. So to the left of Splash H2O is going to be another bathhouse with showers and changing rooms. Might be your better option on a busy day. And now that we're back from the water playground, you can see you have these activity pools here. The first is going to be the lily pad walk. It actually looks like there's 2 of them. They have one where the nets are really low, and then they have this other one where the nets are really high. So adults would probably be pretty okay on these to try them out. And then you have the Great Lakes Cove, which has a few floating things. Basically, it's a giant pool. And some really cool seating on the other side. That seems like they don't get used very often in comparison to like the wave pool or kids areas or something like that. And there's also entrance to the Great Lakes Cove over here by that seating area. And there's the turtle.
I wanted a turtle.
Yay. Of course, we provide all the height requirements for the rides as we introduce them in the bottom left corner, if you haven't noticed already. But here are all of them in a nutshell. They also do have free life jackets if you need them, all the way up to adult. And right next to the Great Lakes Cove is going to be the Lake Erie Northeastern, which is a series of 3 tube slides in the dark. Lots of twists and turns and sudden drops. Very scary slide. Probably one of the scarier ones, just because all those turns and dips are going to catch you very off guard. Across from the lily pad walk is going to be the Runaway Rapids, which is the first of 2 lazy river type of attractions. This is more of an activity river. There's lots of things to get you wet. There's a wave machine. Some parts you're going to speed through, and some, if you get to the wave machine area, you're just going to crawl through and rock a lot. So if you get seasickness, probably don't suggest doing this.
You would think it would be opposite, but it's not.
What?
The waves, you would think it would push you.
No, because they're more of a diamond pattern, so it's more of a rocking than like a pushing. I've done wave pools where it pushes you back further, faster with the waves on a tube. Here is the Schooner's Bayside Bar. This is going to be one of 2 bars. This is just a walk-up bar. There's another bar that I'm going to show you in a moment that is definitely the better experience. And we'll show you the menu really quickly. And here are your prices. Of course, this is valid as of August 2023. And they do have some food as well. As you see, they're very expensive, but in line with the rest of the resort. Breakwater Bay is going to be the park's only wave pool. As you can see on our visit, it was closed. Insert video if it reopened for Friday. But yeah, it's a wave pool. We have a maximum depth of 4 feet or so. It being an older wave pool, I'm sure it actually probably has some decent waves. It has always looked like it from looking from Magnum. There is a limited entry into the wave pool. So if it gets too busy, they're going to allow so many people in, which is great to see, because sometimes when wave pools get too busy, they just shoo everybody out, and then everyone gets back in again. It gets too crowded and they shut off the waves again, and it's a vicious, boring, terrible cycle. And as you can see, there's plenty of cabanas on the pool side. This is where you're going to find the majority of your cabanas, if not all of them. Check the website for pricing, as the pricing is dynamic and changes day to day and season to season. If you do choose to get one of those cabanas, here are the amenities that come with it. Poolside food and beverage service, outdoor furniture, lounge chairs, dining chairs, TV, ceiling fan, complimentary water, towels, lockbox, mini fridge, and free Wi-Fi, which is included everywhere in the amusement park anyways. We are going clockwise through the water park, so see, there's a little nifty hidden walkway right to the right of those family restrooms to get to the other side of the water park. Next attraction we have come to is this amazing swim up bar area. You can either just swim up to it and order your drinks, or on the other side there is a walk up area if you prefer to some reason stay dry. There's also a little bit of a hot tub area. This is the Muffleheads pool and bar, and your IDs will be checked, and it is 21 years of age only in this section, so that is just the best thing ever. They have that little waterfall wall over there you can hang out on and just lightly get wet on.
I don't really think this is real life one. I mean, people think I'm pretty crazy when they have alcohol.
It depends on the conditions. Yes. We're heading back. We're gonna go underneath all these slides we're about to talk about, but we will transform ourselves down the pathway and continue with our next attractions. As we come to our next one, we're going to have the watering hole that you have to take this little bridge over to get to. There's also beach volleyball across this bridge as well on the other side of this water slide complex. But the watering hole is a small little water playground, definitely a lot smaller than the previous one that we showed you. Just a few water elements and a couple of very small slides. Waiting pool to enter in, but a fun time for the kids nonetheless. And around it, you're going to see there's their second lazy river. Let's go show you the entrance to it. And there's the entrance to it, the Cedar Creek, a very gentle lazy river. No water elements for you to get it wet in. Just go around as many times as you want. No line to wait. Just gotta wait for a tube. So I'd like to make sure everything's up to date when I release a video, and since this was filmed, the outer two slides have removed and it's been renamed from cross current to the plunge slide. It's a double dip slide. It's a lot of fun, and hopefully that we'll see some new expansion to it, because Dorney Park is doing practically the same thing to a near identical attraction. So be sure to look out to the space in the near future. Be sure to show you that other area on the other side of Lazy River. Here are the locker rentals, as we told you before, where you were going to go to get them, but here they are finally. This used to be the entrance to the water park, so that's why all of the lockers and the bathhouse and changing areas are over here. As you can see, they have men's, ladies, and family changing rooms as well. As always, we'll take a look at what the locker prices are. And here we go. Standard is going to be $20, and that is going to be the size that you usually see at like the roller coaster lockers. So you got 20, 25, and 30. Here's the size comparison with the small, large, and jumbo. Again, these are the same size lockers that you get at most of the roller coasters. The one thing that's kind of weird about Cedar Point Shores is all of the tubes are single. None of them are double. So never going to be able to slide together. And on days when all this stuff is closed, this little beach area is still open, and definitely a gem for you to be very secluded. And there is a beach volleyball, but I believe you need to bring your own volleyball, which is always seems the case at these water parks that have volleyball. This next slide complex has 5 different slides. You have the perch plunge, these 3 on the right, the purple, orange, and blue ones. These are body slides. They're pretty much the same thing as the ones on the left. Lots of little quick dips. The one nice thing about these ones, though, they end up in a double or triple dip at the end, so that's fun. Then on the left is going to be Wild Wally, which are the 2 tube slides, the green and yellow, and I'm almost certain they used to be body slides, so you get turned around and go backwards and forwards and sideways in every direction as you go down. Kind of weird sensation, so I actually really enjoyed those ones. Next is going to be Riptide Race, which is formerly called H2O Dragster, which is their mat racer. You have 6 slides. You do a little helix on the way down, then a double dip. You race your friends and see who can win. Across from there is going to be Portside Plunge, which is going to be their 2 tube slides. One of them has a double dip and one has a single large dip. It goes through some tunnels beforehand, and you end up in this splash pool. These are their newest tube slides, built back in 2016. And then Point Plummet are going to be their drop pod slides. You get into a capsule, the door closes, the floor drops out beneath you. You plunge vertically into some high-speed turns, and then you end up in a run out over here. And that is our full tour of Cedar Point Shores. If you have any other additional questions, pop them down in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And summary about what I thought of the place: I thought it was a decent size, really liked the action river. But the slides, they're all old and outdated. There were some fun ones, but nothing really to go out of your way for. So unless you're really taking a week-long vacation to Cedar Point Resort, I don't think it's really worth your time. Even if you're a water park enthusiast, I don't think it's worth your time. But it is nice to sit back and relax in the action and lazy rivers, and the views of Magnum are absolutely fantastic from all around the park. That's probably my favorite thing. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and remember, we also have tours of Cedar Point proper and the resorts on the island as well. Bye.